Well, thanks for coming, and never want to take our great stadium and fans for granted for supporting us like they did, all the way from the Buckeye Walk, Skull Session, and then obviously even when we went down 7-0 early in the first quarter. So great. We also, Jerry said, I think we played 30 guys played their first college football game. So that means next week we won't have to say that, right? So we got that out of the way, and I thought they played well. We have a lot of depth on the offensive skill, and I think we pulled our guys in the middle of the third quarter with the intent. But there's guys like DeMario and other guys fighting like a dog to get playing time, Joe Burrow, and it was good to see them compete and make some plays. Mike Weber had a very good day, and Curtis Samuel, looks like he had 177, almost 300 yards by himself, he's a tremendous talent. It was great to see him have some success. So one down, and now we got another team coming in next week that we have to be ready for. They kind of spread the field like Bowling Green did. Defensively, we tackled. That was our biggest concern. They get the ball out so quick you can't get to the quarterback, but I felt like we tackled pretty good. And obviously Malik Hooker made a couple of beautiful interceptions. So I'll answer any questions for you.
Front row left, Bill.
Erwin, with all the new players that you had, how much concern, anxiety was there that they wouldn't have a performance like this?
Well, a lot. You just don't know until you know. All the way from kicking game. You look at our kickoff team. There's all new guys on there, and I'm just trying to think of all the skill guys that touch the ball on offense. There's guys that just have not been integral parts of our offense. And now from Mike Weber to Paris Campbell to Dontre, who's should be, hasn't played much since his freshman year. He performed well. Curtis Samuel, obviously. Marcus Ball, I thought, had a good day today. So there's a lot of new players getting their reps today.
Can you give an update on Tracy Sprinkle and Dante Booker?
Yeah, patella tendon injury is what they're telling me, which is not good. It's a surgery, and the season ending is what I've been told. We'll update further as we know more, and that's the worst part of this darn game is when a guy gets hurt, especially a guy like that who's committed so much to this team and program. So our prayers are with Tracy.
Far right over here, Clay.
Yeah, there's so many superlatives. I think a school record for total offense. Did you mention Hooker? Just his play on D, what he can do, ball skill.
Greg Schiano, who's coached at the highest level of football in the pros, and his comment to me about the things that Malik can do are, it's really, he can do whatever he trains to do. He's talented, he's fast, he's got great ball skills. He was a great high school basketball player too. And his commitment to our program now was over the top. His first year, he tried to quit about 7 times. And I credit his mother with not allowing him to quit, because obviously it would have been a bad ending. But he's a wonderful guy, a great teammate, a great kid, good student. He's going to have a nice career here. No, he's a typical freshman. You see yourself 3rd, 4th, 5th on the depth chart. You don't like it. It's hard, and I'm going to quit. And thank God for moms like that, because some moms say, "Oh, come on home." That doesn't work out usually very well. This mom said, "You shut up and go back to work," and it worked out for him.
Far left.
Thanks, Mom.
Far left, Austin.
Urban, you've said since spring that it was young but a talented team, so it's different than young and not having that talent. Did you have any moments last night, this morning, nerves, uneasiness that they would not be able to do what they did out there today?
Sure. I had that after we threw that first pick for a touchdown, and but I like our players. I do. I've done this long enough. I can see a talented player when we have one, and we have a bunch of them. But I just wanted to see them perform in the arena. The good thing is, one of the advantages we have over most is for a lot of them, those 30 players, it's actually the second time they play, because they played in front of 100,000 people in the spring game. So at least they're getting. I don't want to devalue that opportunity to do that.
Front row right, Tim.
Urban, did you use Curtis Samuel the way you envisioned using him today? I mean, what was sort of your plan going in, and just what really took off with him from your vantage point?
Yeah, he had 9 catches and 13 carries, 22 touches. I had 15 in my mind, and some of those were from quarterback, some of them were from obviously receiver and tailback. So he's the first true hybrid I've had in a while, where he's big enough. Dontre's close too. Dontre's up to 197, 198 pounds. So both those guys give us a little bit of a 1-2 punch back there. Dontre had 3 receptions, 2 of them for touchdowns, and also had 5 carries. So average over 7 yards per carry. So that's pretty good.
And Mike Weber seemed to like look the part and stuff. Did you Did you get out of him what you wanted today? I mean, just
I think
let him
so.
get his feet wet?
I think so. We'll find the film and a couple runs I would like to see him pull through. The kid that played for us last year, I can't remember his name, would have probably pulled through a couple more. But he's still young. We'll give him benefit of the doubt and continue to improve.
Left, middle, Rob.
Or Urban, you don't know what some of these guys can do because it's their first time, but you know what JT can do. So two-part one. So what's your thought when he throws the pick six right out of the gate? And then just if you could speak to the rest of his performance, I think six.
Well, he's a KG veteran. You know, he's a guy that he's not going to be. There's a lot of things happened in his football career already. Throwing an interception for a touchdown, we all don't like that, but rebound, let's go. And he went right back to and said, that's on me, and it was. And let's go back and attack him. So I thought JT played great.
And 2 more questions over here to the right, Andy.
Coach, what does it say to the level of talent that you have on this team, considering that you just set a single game record for total yards of offense and doing it with at least 30, guys who got on the
Well, I
field
think
for the
too,
first
if you
time?
go back and I just sometimes I hate when I see that score where that's not what our intent was. We do like to score a lot of points, but we wanted to, I think in the middle third quarter, took the offense line out, everybody out, and then there's guys in there. That what's encouraging to me is our backup offense line concerns the heck out of me, and the first punt of the game is when they're in there, and then that seemed like after that you chew on them a little bit, and they got going, and I just like to see guys compete for spots on the team. If you do that, you can survive here. If not, it's time to move on.
And final question, far left, Doug.
Urban, I know you've talked a lot about sort of the 250 run pass is sort of the ideal offensive game. I don't know if you have the numbers in front of you, what the breakdown was.
Breakdown is this. It's 350 rushing, right? And
Yep.
470. Yeah, it's over 250, but it's a nice balance.
That's,
I didn't know. It says 417 we threw for it. That's,
but that idea, I mean, was this it? Was this, and other than maybe the first pick, was this like the perfect offensive day?
it was good. It was good. And I thought Ed Warner did a nice job. Tim Beck did a nice job. The communication was like it should be, even when it didn't start the right way. And a nice, a nice healthy balance of first down, play action, passing, which is, if you remember in 14, that was about what we were. And so we need to continue that.
And I know you have great talent, you've coached great talent, but obviously it's more than that. It's more than just talent to make it work like that, because it didn't necessarily work exactly like this early last year, and you had great talent. So what is it maybe with this group when you see that? Why did it work like that?
Well, it's one game. Let's chat in about 4 weeks now and see how we're doing. It's one game that we have very good personnel. They played well. Let's go back. Let's not put the cart before the horse and start anointing anyone. They played pretty good. Other than that, we'll watch film. I'll get to you on Monday and tell you really how they played. And I feel good like most Buckeyes do right now, because a lot of these kids touching the ball where I can see people going through their program saying, who was that again? And the one thing about careers are made here and legends are born. I tell our players that all the time. Ohio State's different, man. You start making plays and all of a sudden people know who you are on a national level. Fight to make plays, because there's a guy behind you going to try to take your spot.
Were you aware Houston beat Oklahoma?
I did. I saw that. And I think Tom's a great football coach. Very proud of him. Thank you.